Welcome in Chiefs Kingdom to Cheifs Latest, your one-stop spot for everything Kansas City Chiefs in 15 minutes or less. It is your host, Calvin Silvers. Happy Thursday. Just one more day until we get to kick the feet up and enjoy the weekend. We deserve it. It's been a very hectic week out of Kansas City with all the news and rumors, and it continues on this lovely Thursday. That's right, there's a potential risky trade that the Chiefs could get themselves involved in. I'm not 100% sold on it, but before we dive into that and the other three topics, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. We have videos daily, Monday through Friday. You're not going to want to miss any of the action. So hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, as it not only helps me in the channel, but it's going to help you stay up to date with everything Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I mentioned yesterday that the Chiefs had a potential tight end trade with Kmet from the Bears. I still believe that that could be worked out, but there's another route that the Chiefs could potentially look at, and that's trading for Atlanta's Kyle Pitts. Now, Kyle Pitts is a freak athlete, probably has some untapped potential still, but I'm not sold on trading for him, even though he was a former number 4 pick. I'm not sold on trading for him, especially with what we've seen since that rookie season. Now, to be fair, Pitts has played with multiple quarterbacks. He had Matt Ryan, Marcus Mariota, Desmond Ridder, Kirk Cousins, and now Michael Penix Jr. None of them obviously have the playmaking or consistency of the one and only Patrick Mahomes. Why does this matter? Well, you look at Travis Kelce, obviously aging, and his dip last season, 823 yards and 3 touchdowns. That screams retirement, which will likely happen after this season, especially with free agency looming for the future Hall of Famer. So after witnessing this season from Travis Kelce, the Chiefs don't want any lack of offensive firepower in that position, especially as it's one of the most utilized positions in an Andy Reid offense. Pitts last season, 47 receptions, 602 yards, and 4 touchdowns. His rookie year, 68 receptions, over 1,000 yards, but only had 1 touchdown. Kelce last season, as I mentioned, 823 yards, 3 touchdowns, 8.5 yards of receptions, a career low. You also have Noah Gray, though, on this roster. 40 receptions, 437 yards, 5 touchdowns, 83% catch rate. A great and reliable tight end 2 right now for the Chiefs. Sometimes look like tight end number 1 when Kelce disappeared here and there throughout the seasons. Now, Chiefs 2025 cap, $12.1 million. Pitts, 5th-year option, about $10.9 million. So, with Mahomes' ability to extend plays and Reid's play action concepts, Pitts becomes kind of like that Travis Kelce. He can be schemed, to be open on crossers, seams, back shoulder fades. That's similar to what Kelce was doing at his peak, or it can still do to this day. And like I said, $10.9 million. It's going to eat most of that $12.1 million that the Chiefs have. So probably going to force some cuts here and there. But Gray, a reliable tight end number 2. Wiley, they think could maybe become something. Definitely cheaper options. They're learning from Kelce. But yet, if you were to bring in someone, I'd still rather bring in Kmet than I would Kyle Pitts. So, and I think too, Noah Gray's ready. Cap's tight. So I wouldn't break the bank for an underperformed Falcon just yet. Let's keep it going with the rumors. Would adding Zadarius Smith be risky for the Chiefs? Let's think about that there. Now, Smith could spark Spags' pass rush. That's no secret, especially after last year's dips with the pass rush. That's a lot to say right there, a lot of S's. But I wouldn't mind bringing Smith on a 1-year deal, but it would have to be around the $6 to $8 million range. Now, his 9 sacks are tempting, and you did draft Norman Lott and Gelati, but I can't put any trust into them yet, and I'm still not 100% sold on that Norman Lott pick as early as it was. Well, why does this matter? 39 sacks last season for the Chiefs, 19th overall. So we need pressure, especially on AFC West quarterbacks like Herbert and Nix, who are only getting better. Karlaftis' pressure rate tanked from 14.1% to 11.2%. Mike Dana flopped with 22 pressures. And Udike Uzama, gave nothing for you. And Omenihu's ACL limited him to a handful of games. So yeah, Norman Lott and Gelati, they could deepen the rotation, from 3 to 4 guys to 5 to 6 rushers, but they're going to experience those rookie growing pains. I really don't think either one of them is someone you can plug in right away and expect them to do damage. Now, Smith last season, 9 sacks, 60 pressures. Norman Lott in college, 9.5 sacks, 18.9 pass rush win rate. Gelati, 7.5 sacks. Once again, going over that cap space because this is something you always have to look at. $12.1 million that the Chiefs have. Smith, like I said, if you can get him $6 to $8 million, I like it. He slots into Spags' four-man scheme. He's going to help collapse the pocket on Herbert and being able to bottle Genty now as well. So Karlaftis contract year, Omenahue's recovery, that could, spark another 10 to 12 combined sacks, but Omenahue has to stay healthy. And if he does, that could reduce, Smith's need because then you can rely on the rookies more. But he is a quick fix. I'm not 100% sold on the Norman Lott pick yet. So if you can get Smith around $6 to $8 million, I try to lock him down for a year, especially with how well that the defense has been playing as of late. Well, best returning coaches, Andy Reid is number one. I don't really think that's a surprise. Yes, that's right. PFF released their best returning coaches. Now, I think Andy Reid is the best returning coach. 3 Super Bowls, clutch game wizard. But they had Sean Payton as number 2. That's fair. I can see that. I think he might be third. Definitely top 5. Especially with his career and how he got the Broncos turned around in those 2 seasons and helped with Bo Nix. Jim Harbaugh, number 6. I think that's too high. I'm going to be honest. I think Shanahan, Sirianni, Campbell, I think they should rank above him. They didn't in this PFF ranking. I think they should. Sean McDermott, he deserves Stefanski's spot in the top 10. That's right. McDermott wasn't even in the top 10. The Bills' consistency proves that he's a top 10 returning coach. But the AFC was just dominant. 6 of top 10 coaches just shows the conference's edge. But Reid being number 1 makes sense to me. He's kept the Chiefs dynasty running, even in a division with 2 other coaches in the top 10. You have the Broncos, Chargers, they're threats. They're going to be threats. The Bills, they always love to challenge you, but they're not a threat yet in the playoffs. But all this combined, you need Andy Reid to be leading a team, especially in this daunting AFC. Last season, 12-0 Reid was, and the Chiefs were in one-score games. That's right, 12-0. Chiefs' fourth quarter PFF offensive grade was 4th best in the entire league. He's an elite situational football coach. Sean Payton in 2024, or excuse me, not even in 2024, but 2023 and 2024 has split the series with the Chiefs. That's right, split the series with the Chiefs the past 2 seasons. He might be able to figure out Andy Reid a little bit better than most coaches in the league can. And Knicks' 1.8% turnover-worthy play rate shows that the Broncos, they don't beat themselves. They're smart. They're well-coached. Harbaugh, 11-6 with the Chargers, high defensive PFF grade as a team. Herbert's 90.8 PFF passing grade was the best of his career. And then you look at McDermott, 86-45 regular season with the Bills, but Stefanski just 40-44. So Reid is the gold standard. He's unmatched in the NFL. Peyton, yeah, you can argue top 2. Top 3, definitely top 5. Harbaugh, I think, is overrated a little bit at number 6, should be below Shanahan and others. And McDermott definitely should be top 10. He should bump Stefanski right out of that 10 spot. And with the AFC, like I said, 6 out of 10 coaches. Chiefs have to ride Andy Reid to own the AFC West. And last but not least, we got to talk about the quarterback room. It's going to be big coming into the 2025 season because we saw Patrick Mahomes at least pressured a lot last season and definitely got hit a lot in the Super Bowl. So you always want a reliable back just in case that offensive line can't be as well strung together as you might think they can be. So you have Gardner Minshew, quarterback number 2. That's already been said by Andy Reid. He's a lock. He's got 37 starts, playoff experience. He was a steal with his money. Bailey Zappi, shaky quarterback 3, but you do have Chris Oladokun, practice squad. Now, that's a long shot, of course, but you never know. We'll see what he does. He's been with the Chiefs for a while. Mahomes took a lot of sacks in the Super Bowl, as I mentioned, faced pressure all season, revamped AFC defenses, especially AFC West defenses. You can't have Mahomes pressured a lot, can't have him touched a lot. Otherwise, you run into a injury risk. Now, Mahomes has stayed clear pretty well of any major injuries in his career, but he's only getting older. That's all I'm going to say. So a reliable quarterback too, like Minshew, could save you. And Andy Reid always loves a veteran quarterback, especially as you're going on your AFC West streak. You can't mess around. You want someone reliable back there just in case, God forbid, something does happen to Patrick Mahomes. Now, Minshew last season, 66.3 completion rate, 2.9% touchdown rate, 9 passing touchdowns, but did have 10 interceptions. Zappy, do we even need to really talk about his stats? They weren't that great. And Oladokin has 0 NFL regular season snaps, but did have a 66.7% completion in the 2024 preseason. And Mahomes, the almighty excellence. I don't really need to talk about him any more than what I have been, but just know he puts up a lot of touchdowns, and he has a very good record, especially in the playoffs. Minshew's experience allows him to be more than just a clipboard holder, as they call him. He can provide. Now, Mahomes obviously doesn't need teaching from Minshew per se, but there's at least another reliable set of eyes on the field, on the sidelines, that could offer you at least some insights and feedback. And Reed specifically highlighted this dynamic between Mahomes and Minshew, noting that they can bounce things off of each other. That's a good dynamic to have. And it's especially be good because in Andy Reid's words, that Minshew has been there, done that. So it's good that these two can bounce off experiences with each other. So Minshew's that perfect quarterback number 2, playoff ready at a bargain if he needs to be thrown in there. He's had some experience. Zappy, he's barely holding on to that quarterback 3 position. He could be in a competition with Oladokin, but we hope that we don't get down that far in the roster. Hopefully Mahomes can just play all season. But a 3 quarterback plan, it does keep you really safe right now. Now, will they rock with that? We'll see. But right now, that's the plan. But just ride with Mahomes. Trust in Minshew if he needs to come in and just dominate the AFC West. Well, that was it, everyone. 4 action-packed topics once again. The rumors are flying all around as the Chiefs try to get things set in before training camp, just maybe thinking about what could come down the line in the future. Of course, we'll always be covering it. We have daily videos Monday through Friday. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, go ahead, hit it. I'm waiting. Did you hit it? Thank you. And also turn on those notifications Monday through Friday videos. Also, go ahead and leave in the comments what you thought about today's episode. What do you think about trading for a tight end? Should it be Pitts? Should it be Kmet? Zadarius Smith. Think we could lock him down for a year? Would you want to lock him down for a year? Should we rock with the rookies? Also, Andy Reid, in your mind, is he the best returning coach? And what about this year's quarterback room? Are you confident that we can get the job done and get back to the Super Bowl? Let me know. As I mentioned, I am your host, Calvin Silvers. Hit that subscribe button. Cheifs Latest videos Monday through Friday. And until next time, have a good one.